Hello, hello. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Test, test.
Where are we starting? Huh?
Hello, hello. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All good. start talking. Turn this one up to about there. And
So-
you'll be fine.
So, that line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And up to there, and you'll be right.
All right, we're back.
If you didn't come yesterday, where was you?
This is going to be an absolute night to remember. After last night, you couldn't have predicted it coming down to the wire as the way it did, but if anything's to show from what this type of pool can bring, I'm so excited to see what happens today.
Tonight we've got in our first matchup on table 2, James Delahunty and Joel Younger.
What's your pick? What's your pick there?
Joel got knocked out in the first round yesterday, and so did James. So both of them would like to progress a bit further.
So yesterday, Scary beat Joel 7-2.
And Rusty beat James.
No, that was Sage.
7-4.
Steve Woods.
Oh, sorry, you're right.
Steve Woods won.
Sorry. Can't read my own handwriting. Hey, no. Yep, Steve beat James yesterday. So they both want to win more than 3 today, since they only got 2 and 3 yesterday. Well, anyway, so you got Stephen Smith.
Both of them are out with the point to prove.
You got Stephen Smith and Trent Mason on commentary table 2. This is where the action is. Looks like James won the leg. Back to break. We've got the same as yesterday. It's still a race to 6.
Race to 6 today.
Hour
shot clock. Hour match time. 30-second shot clock. 1 extension. And Jimmy put everything into that break and has made a ball.
That was a huge break, wasn't it?
He put everything into that. Now, he's tied up on this red. If you can make that yellow in the centre, I think the yellows look pretty good. It's got that tricky yellow and the tricky red.
On the right side, yeah. On the black line. Yeah. Interesting. What we're missing on table 1, Steve Woods, yesterday's champ.
Literally the grand final from yesterday.
Oh. So to the 3 people watching us on table 2, good afternoon.
And you've got Della's just laid up there and said, you know what, I'm not too sure about this. And Joel says, if you're not going to go for it, I'll go for it. So Joel's on reds. And he's just planning this tricky red that we've mentioned in the corner here. Just pointed to it, and hopefully, I reckon he's going to be trying to get in behind it now.
So they're going to be more comfortable with the shot clock today.
Yep.
Even though they both got knocked out in the first game.
He's just got his extension.
Get it in early, son. Ooh.
He's landed a bit too close to that. He's not going to be happy with that.
Yeah, it makes no difference if it's touching or not, does it? I mean, suppose if it's touching, you could play away from it.
Correct.
Up to the top rail.
I reckon he's going to come down off the rail and put that red and try to leave that white on the top rail. It's kind of all he's got.
He doesn't want to disturb that road you see next to him.
No, he'll leave that now.
Got a rail after the object, so that's fine.
So 30 degrees plus today down here in Melbourne. Humidity high again, so it's not the easiest conditions for these guys, but I'm sure after playing all different tournaments all year round, they'll be used to the changes.
All over the country as well, yeah.
Della puts in the long pot.
Nice shot. Oh, maybe not.
I'm right behind this ball, and he'll have to baby swerve this. It'll be interesting to see if he's got that yellow tied up. Does he play a bit of containing safety and just cover this black and the red?
He's not even looking down the table, so he's definitely going to play this.
How does he play it? He must be on it fat. Yep.
Great shot. There was millimetres in that one. They're not even, I think.
Now, I think he plays this and tries to come into that red and yellow because he'll have a couple of options as long as he can get past that red. He just wants to clip it half ball, and that yellow should push straight towards that centre pocket.
Yeah, then he's looking at an out.
Well, it's going to be a lot of queuing, and if he lands behind that one on the rail, it'll definitely go into the centre. Let's see how he executes this.
Unlucky.
He might be on the perfect angle, or it might be absolutely terrible. I think he's on it. If he's on it, this will cut.
Be a big shot if it does.
Bang. Huge
Got
pot.
the fluke and apologise.
He's a bit unlucky with where the yellow came across the table and sat next to those two reds. So
Come off the jaw, so he had no control of where it was landing, but he can't complain, he got the fluke.
I think here you play one of these down towards the black. If it goes, awesome. If it doesn't, at least you're stopping that black.
Well, he could play the one near the centre of the table to the bottom right, because that will break up them two reds and the yellow on the left.
But he doesn't want to leave them open.
Yeah, he's got a pot using his extension. 30-second shot clock, 15-second extension, one per player per frame. So this is the second one used in this frame, so there's none left.
And that's that shot I just mentioned.
Yep, pretty cool, mate.
Now, if he's on this straight, he might land on a double. But he's not on it straight.
No, I think that red's in the way.
Nah, I reckon he goes past it, but it's whether he's got the full angle or not.
Do you think I think he might cut it to the top right.
He might be, but I think he'd have half full, but I reckon he'll cut it anyway. Try to come back into this yellow.
Ooh. Tried it. Tried both, didn't it? Tried to get the pot and disturb them three, but got neither.
It's tricky when you've got to miss that centre pocket, make the pot, and get that action on that white ball. And with these brand new felts, how slippery it is, it will slide a bit, and you'll lose that hook that you probably get on a bit more nap.
Yeah, he was trying to get three things at once and was unlucky. Joel back at the table.
So we've got the match time up in the corner of the screen today, so you can see it's 54 minutes.
Hopefully you can see that at home, top right of the shot clock.
Top right of the TV screen in film, you'll see it's 54 minutes, so 6 minutes in. Probably one of the longer frames.
We're making improvements every day here down at Pockets. Little tweaks every day. Oh, there's some, eh? Have we seen 3 or 4 of the unlucky shots on this game already in the first 6 minutes?
Well, you think from yesterday, tables are probably slowing down a tad. Weather,
Humidity, yeah, big factor.
So
Same again,
I think you'll see a lot of this in the first few frames. You'll see this in a lot of the first few frames where they'll be getting used to the new speed, getting back used to the felt again, especially if they're playing those softer shots where it's more a layup. But if they're putting it down the back of the pocket with pace, I don't think it's going to affect anything. Long pot now, or does he just play safe? He plays safe and says, you know what, you go for it. I think Joel puts this in the centre. He puts in the centre here, and if you can disturb that black, you'll be on the red long.
Got to get a bit of movement out of the white. Oh no, it's very soft. Oh, nice shot.
Now he's on the red.
And he'll be setting himself up nice with the black as well.
So he'll be going to the top right corner, stun off the rail, halfway across the table, and just leave on the cut. And I'll put him to eat this up every day of the week. Just like that.
I did have a quick chat to him before the game. He was saying, you know, because it's a short race, it's anybody's.
Yeah.
Prefer a longer run just to even out the kinks.
Joel's coming out quite attacking. He started off, he took the colours when he could have laid up, and come out with the first frame. So
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me, tell me, tell me.
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. Run away, I don't have to plan it. I can go, change my fate, you won't understand it. All alone, that's okay, people I can't stand them. They don't want me to change, keep me where I'm standing. And I don't wanna be where I am, and I want something more, take a chance. It could be possibly my last dance, my last dance. And I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down.
Somewhere about halfway. Don't try to get too pretty.
Just make your next shot nice and simple. That's the trick, isn't
So
it?
if you could pick up the white, that's where you put it. It's right there.
Evens it up at 1-all.
And that is off break, one miss, and clearance.
Next
So-
sponsor, guys, Lombard, the paper people. Thanks for getting on board as well. Party hire, picnic wear, birthday supplies, sports, AFL flags. You know, if you got the Melbourne Cup barbecue on, get the flags up on the wall. That's what I did anyway. Thanks for getting on board. Lombard, the paper people. Everybody knows them. They've been in Melbourne longer than Melbourne, I think.
Longer than Melbourne. All right, we're at 1-all. I better do my job and check the score up as well.
As Trent updates the digital scoreboard.
No, not the digital.
Latest technology.
We'll call this a manual one, I reckon. One apiece. One apiece.
I think it's short.
12 minutes in.
James to break. Ooh, white one around close.
So based on this, both of those frames took about, well, one took about 8 minutes and one took about 3.
Averaging 5.5 a frame.
So based on this, they should get through the match if someone can take a bit of an extension here.
Bit easier today. Race to 6. Yes, there was race to 7. Don't forget.
Definitely wants to go reds here. Definitely wants to go reds here. If he can play this, he wants to go in this middle red near the black. He's closed the extension with a couple of seconds to go. He's got 15 seconds now. One tricky red, but he might just go yellow. No, he's going to play this plan. Red down.
Pretty missile one over that there.
Yeah, but you got to think about this plan down the bottom. Like, he's lucky that it's on, but it's not an easy one.
extension.
He doesn't want to rush this. This is a critical frame.
And you might as well use the extension. You can't carry it over. Oh. He's disappointed. He knew that was frame.
Did leave a little bit tricky. Now, international rules, if your snooker's in really good here, you have to make a legitimate attempt.
Don't forget Joel's a snooker player. You
Yeah,
wouldn't
no,
risk
but
snooker, would you?
100%. If you can get him tucked in behind this red, near the black, how do you get out of that?
You've got to snooker him with a set of handcuffs, a straitjacket inside a safe. So he can go long here, a bit of left-hand side.
You forget you're playing on a table that you probably haven't played on, with felt you haven't played on very much.
So what are you saying? Is he going to hit it or not? I reckon he will.
I reckon he'll be within an inch, but the fact is, where's the black go?
He's not even got to put side on it.
Well, you need to get on this black. He's got the angle. He's got it. What's the black?
Great shot. Great shot.
The black's got the double.
I think he's looking. No, he can't be playing off that red into the
No,
corner,
no.
can he? No.
Soft double to the centre, or he's gone for the triple.
Can't go. Well, we'll see.
The triple, the red's in the way. I reckon it's a soft one, and that red being there.
Quick look at the clock. He hasn't got time to walk around the table and look at the other angle.
That red being there makes that pocket a bit bigger. Quadruple.
There's not a lot he could do there. You
No.
can't be upset with yourself for trying that.
So he's left himself on this plan that is going to take him up to that top red. If he can get up on that top red nice and neat,
But where's the first spread going to go? He's not going to just run to the right
towards the
rail,
middle,
is he?
towards the middle pocket.
Going all the way down the table with it. That's what I was worried about. He's got a tight cut on the one on the top rail.
You can't.
He's got no cut on the one on the right.
I don't think he's got an extension.
It doesn't
either.
like he can hit the one. No, he's already used it. Doesn't look like he can hit the one behind the black. He's got to play the top one.
He might play the top one and try to improve the.
6 seconds. Did you get anybody time out yesterday on table one?
No,
No, same here.
you won't see. The last 5 seconds you're getting a countdown. They
You get
know
the
their,
beeps.
they get their extension granted. They know where they're at. It's not like normal rules where you're guessing that last 5 seconds.
Yeah. And they're not getting the 15-second goal, but they've got a big enough clock right behind them. So. Oh.
It's not super easy. Not when the pressure's on.
I would have backed Joel to get that.
It's a long pot, pressure match. First couple of frames, pressure's on. It's 1-1. This is a very important red.
Oh, well done. Perfect position.
2-1 Jimmy in about 10 seconds already.
From what we've seen so far, I think James got the edge.
I think Joel's definitely been more attacking.
It's just not working for him.
But it's only time. I think put a bit more time into a few free frames and not make the miss, and that could be the difference. He could run away.
Great finish. Next on our sponsor list, I've got Barrel House, which is actually a part of Pubble. They do wholesale hospitality, distributor, servicing bars, clubs and restaurants. Barrel House. So hook them up for your alcohol supplies if you own a bar, restaurant, hotel, bowls club, pool hall. Barrel House. 20 minutes in, guys. 40 minutes to go. 2-1 to James. Joel to break. Be a good point to give. Great time to win this one. Get back into the game.
Big frame, yeah.
Oh, in off.
And the reds are delicious. So are the yellows. Which way do you go here, mate? It's got his extension.
Don't forget, ball in hand, but it's only behind the line off the break, not anywhere on the table.
He's taking yellows. Yellows only has one tricky ball, and if you can move that red in the bottom corner or land on that yellow that's as far to the bottom as possible, that's his trickiest one.
I think he'd be upset if you don't put that on. You reckon that's the trickiest one near the black spot?
So where the red is and where the black spot is, the one to the right,
Yep.
it kind of only goes to two pockets, which is centre and the bottom left.
Let's go top right.
Yeah, but you got to land down there, and then where do you go from
yeah.
there? Getting in there is the hardest bit.
Let's see, mate. I'm sure it won't be long before we'll work out who's going to do it.
This is the best bit about this game, guys, is you watch these guys, you're trying to think how you kind of would map it out based on what you see, and then see what the experts do and say, yep, I was wrong.
I think he's going to go centre here. No, he's not.
No.
He's going centre, bottom left.
I think he plays
Then back
this,
to the right centre.
Yeah, bottom left. You play the one to the centre. Try to land a bit high so he can come down for that one I said to the corner. That'll land him on the centre, and then the black.
Yeah, you lost me at hello, mate.
So it's stun back 2 inches. Yep.
Perfect. Centre.
Come off the side rail, land on...
For the one near the black spot to the centre.
No.
No.
You land on the bottom right one, to the left, bottom left.
Yep.
And then you run through the centre to land on your black to the bottom left. Just like that.
Yep.
Now, this one here has got a couple of options. If you can land a bit high, you might be actually able to run through and land on the black over to the bottom right. That's probably the easiest pot.
He's having a good look at it, which I don't blame him. Every so often you do have to stand up, have a water on the table, just double check that everything's going where you
He'll
want.
land just off straight.
Bit of bottom, centre.
Yeah, and he'll just run through to the, try to get to the opposite rail, I reckon.
For the black in the bottom right.
It might just be run through 2 inches, I'd say. Run through.
Yeah, it's easiest option.
I think he's pretty straight on there. You want to go 2/3 of the way to that pocket.
A third.
Very.
Doesn't matter, it'll still cut to the top bottom right.
It goes both ways, but he'll put it across to the bottom right and take a 3-1 lead, I reckon.
And before you know it,
He's halfway there.
James
great
on
shot.
3. Next, we have Sustainable Choice, a website only found yesterday by the sponsors, which is fantastic, helping you make better sustainable choices, an independent platform to help you stay informed, shop better and support more sustainable brands. Sustainable Choice, please look it up. We've got to start thinking about the choices we make today that are affecting tomorrow, guys. Sustainable Choice, thank you very much for getting on board. Great to have you with us, and a very worthy website. I'm a big fan. I'll be checking that out myself. But we got to go. 36 minutes, bang on. 3-1.
Jimmy's got a chance here to put this away. That's a massive break again. He's putting his whole body through that break.
Yellow left middle.
A few of them have said that the tables and breaking is so important, and it looks like Jimmy's got it down packed.
Yeah, most important shot of the game. These have been.
Especially with this quality level where if you break it wrong, you don't get a shot.
You would have played with these Pro Cup balls, Trent. I haven't. How do they play? Do they play differently?
Yeah, they feel a bit heavier. They feel like they travel a little bit longer, especially on these sort of tables. The connection feels a little bit different. Supposedly meant to have less
kicks.
So I like them, but I also my set at home's a little bit dirty, so that makes me not like them as much.
Are they pretty old, or?
I've had them probably for 2 years now.
Oh wow!
But I'm sure if you can polish them up like these ones, and look, I was fortunate enough to spend a couple of frames with Benny practicing before, and absolutely love the feel of these tables and the way they connect and everything. So you put any brand new set of balls on that are decent quality, you'll enjoy playing on them. So tricky couple of balls here.
Yeah, if it's that one on the right rail.
I think he's looking at the double, to be honest.
Well, he's in a good pot for it. I mean, the white's going to go down the bottom of the table, but
Needs to be quite.
surely he'd be better off playing it down the rail to the bottom right.
Yeah. It's called his extension.
Right, so he's playing the one in the baulk line to the top right.
Just focus on the pot here. Yeah.
Now we'll run this to the middle, then the last yellow to the right of the black to the bottom right, which will leave the black will go.
Look,
The black will almost go in 6 pockets.
Black goes over to the centre, so he just wants to land so he can just roll forward an inch. So he wants to land relatively straight on this, so it's an easy black. I don't think he's going to be too happy with it, but look, he's going to have it to 4 pockets once he gets past it. Just focus on the pot and give yourself a shot at this black. Looks like he's playing with bottom. And that's an opportunity to close it out. Now, skill shots. International rules comes in here. Find a way to pot his ball. Find a way to play a skill shot where if he can play this into the centre and come across and pot that yellow, all of a sudden he's on the out. That's the shot I'm calling
Did you
right
get
now.
Did you get any shots yesterday where they potted the opponent's ball and then their ball? You know, like red onto that yellow in the bottom right and
Not-
get them both in?
No.
Same here. I was hoping for it, but never eventuated.
The way these guys breaks, they're not really setting up pockets and stuff like that anyway.
Joel's in with a great chance to get back into this game. 3-1 down.
Good snooker here, but at the same time, if you can make that yellow,
Called his extension.
he wants to make sure of this. There's no point going for that plant.
He's second guessing himself.
I think he just really cares. Yep.
Which is good, I think. You know, it's all right to doubt yourself. It's not always the first option's the right one.
I don't think he's doubting himself. Look, being up with 30 seconds, you back your shot, and then he walked around to check a different one, and decided it wasn't right. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like trivia where you've got to put down your first answer, otherwise you stuff it up.
Well, you got to think you don't get really second chances in this, so
You've got to think what can go wrong.
He wants to make sure if he lands over here, he's in the right spot.
Is this the right shot choice I'm making?
And it just shows you even the best players will walk around the table, change their mind. So make sure that you spend that time,
Yeah.
make the right decisions. He'll play this with a bit of top right just to get up near that rail. So I don't know if he's queuing.
Line shot.
So it's just a bit of top just to hold closer to that red.
Got Dinesh refereeing this game for us today. Back from yesterday. Did a fine job.
He needs to, I think he wants to land so he's got angle to pot one of these and go into that yellow, but I don't like the look of anything at the moment. No, besides a skill shot here.
See that shot then? I thought he could have played that and ran the white down that right rail to play that tricky red across.
Yeah, but if you land off, it's hard to get back on that other one because it's so far out. If you go too far, you could end up in no man's land.
Well, soon going to find out what the plan is. He might be playing the double.
Skill shot. Or,
He's not happy.
well, this is where you can clip off the red.
There's a double there.
Nah. I think he clips off the red, snookers the black and pots the yellow.
Quick look at the shot clock. A third of it gone. Before you...
He's lining up the double. Or does he just take the pocket and leave the white on the other side?
Gets them
Shot.
both.
Great shot. That's a huge skill shot.
Great shot, and that is a legal shot in international.
Under pressure.
Needed it.
Gonna take his time on this, focus in. Just make sure of it.
Well done.
Very happy with that.
3-2, back
He
in
is
it.
very happy.
What we got left on that arc? Just gone halfway, 29 minutes 30 left. 8 Ball Federation of Australia is on board, one of our sponsors, the home of 8 Ball in Australia. Home of all your information on the web about 8 Ball. Obviously covers all territories, states. So check out their website as well. Joel to break. 3-2. Be good to draw it even.
And this is his chance to bring it back and make a match out of this. Very important break. Big spread, but can we get a ball?
Dry break. Is that our first dry break? I think it is.
I think he's had 2.
James, same again.
They killed him against Mick. Scary. I think a lot of players will pick up a few things out of these two rounds and yesterday and today and put it into this rest of the season. And if you're not breaking good, you need to find where you should be putting a ball 2 out of 3 breaks. You can't come out and only make one ball.
Yellows look good. It was the right choice for me anyway, because he's them 2 reds on the left side.
He's gone the yellows. He's definitely got. Well, he's on the yellows. So he plays this and drift up towards the blue spot. Players are confidently. Bit too far. Oh, okay. So
It'll work. He's got plenty of choices.
yeah. Again, you need to make sure on these bottom 3 that you're in the right spot. So when you play these balls, it works.
He could even play it to safety with that bottom left.
I think he's going through this out every day of the week here, and I don't think there's a two-way about it. Does he clip off the red and then pot the yellow?
Quick look at the shot
I
clock.
think he might actually play the yellow and try to come into those and just open up those 2 yellows a bit.
He's good. He's not got much long left. He was out of time then. Oh no, he cut the extension and we missed it. Sorry for missing the extension call.
He's a bit.
I think that will go long.
Could have played that a fair bit harder just to ensure that he was on the ball then. I would have been going into that a bit more firm. But at the same time, he's kept the black in play, so he's got opportunity to go long here. Delicate pot.
Gone long. Oh, missed it. Joel's up out of his seat.
So he's got to foul himself there for a double hit, full shot.
Good to see. Fair play. Caught himself, hit the cue ball there twice for the cue.
You can tell when you play a shot like that and the ball rolls forward of the object ball that it's not a legal one shot. And that just shows you the class of these players that, both Joel and Dinesh were unsure, and he's
Extension call.
He's called the foul on himself here.
A lot of respect for the game, a lot of respect for the players.
Well, these guys are proving it.
Good to see.
They're just here to improve the game, improve the sport, and nothing comes over the sport. The sport's more important. And Joel's got 1 ball to work on. He's just wrapping these last ones out. I think that red goes down to the bottom, or does it? Which one can he come into it on? I think that's going to be the trickiest point. Red ball long.
Why is that beep? There's 10 seconds to go. That threw me there. And it wasn't the other table. There's loads of time left on theirs as well. Sorry about that. Right. Joel, can he tie it up at 3-all?
You're talking about players who scored over 140 last year in snooker.
In a break. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was pretty big on the snooker tour not long ago.
Yeah, you got someone who's played pressure 9-ball overseas and played at the high standard of pool in Australia. So I don't think. Look, nerves are obviously going to get to people because they all cherish what these events are. But
I suppose we should also mention he does own a pool hall as well, I believe.
Yeah, Slate Pool Hall down in Geelong.
Have you been down there?
Yeah.
Good setup.
Yeah, Geelong opens in a few weeks. So you'll see a lot of these players go down to Geelong Opens, one of the majors in Australia, and I think he's landed.
He's getting some unlucky rolls today.
What's a
Hopefully he'll get some ideas from being at this event and stage something similar down at Slate.
They say golf's a game of inches. Well, pool's currently being played on millimetres.
Can't get the double. He's got the one down. He's got to go for the one. Oh no, he can't get the one at the top because the blank's in the way it looks like from here.
Yeah.
Difficult without the big white band on the black. He's going to try and reverse to the corner. Oh! Oh, what a shot.
Wow.
I think I needed a crystal ball to see that one. Or a time machine.
I think me and James would have been thinking he's getting back to the table after that next shot. But
That's not fair that table one gets the action replays. We needed a replay on that, didn't we? That was a great
the good
shot.
thing is you can go back and rewatch it.
Yeah.
It's all on SEN and on Facebook's page. So I know last night I went back and watched a few key shots that in the moment are blurry, and you can go back and just really appreciate how good these players are.
We've got major problems with this shot clock. Well, they can see it on the screen. Right, so we've got James back at the table on yellows. Got a chance to get back into it here.
And I think this should be game. I think he stuns back out towards the red, rolls through, and he'll land on that yellow to the bottom left-hand corner. Or he rolls through, one of the two. Rolls through. Straight onto the hard ball first. And I think if he goes into the black a bit, he'll be on that yellow long. And the black should go to a few different pockets.
Beautiful shot.
Instead, he says, I'll just run around the table and do it my way. Is it 4-2?
Beautiful, beautiful. Great shot. 4-2 to James. Last sponsor. We're going to the last sponsor. How good am I? We've got Fully Promoted in Melton, who supplied the shirts for the commentary team. Thank you very much for promoting. These are great shirts, aren't they, Trent?
Very comfy. Very comfy.
Formerly known as Embroid Me. If you're interested in some corporate shirts, logos, embroidery, see Frank at Fully Promoted in Melton. Thanks for supplying our shirts. Thank you very much. They're awesome.
So just for the viewers, there's been a delay and a hiccup in the shot clock, so we're just going to be running with the manual shot clock while that gets sorted.
Looks like head adjudicator decoders on the stopwatch there. Red, top right. James to break.
Jimmy's break has not let him down tonight.
If he wins this, we could say it's over. We won't go red set. What he's got?
After yesterday, nothing's over. He got 20 minutes. He's 2 frames behind.
Yeah.
Scary was
true.
under 3 minutes and 2 frames behind yesterday. And that's his quality of players. That's why they're the elite. The elite of the elite.
Ooh. Went a bit longer than he wanted. We've still got that one on the bottom round to the bottom
There's also
right.
one to the one up to the tip as well. That gets him into those tricky balls. But
Rusty looking on from the background. He's on next against Justin Sajic.
or Sage.
Sage.
I think that's meant to be a J. So what's Joel do here?
First visit at the table.
I think he screws into this bottom red over the yellow over the pocket and
Top right.
change the turn.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, nice shot.
I like it when I call what they're going to do.
Yeah, great shot. Good call, mate.
That's part of these rule set where you can play that, I guess, effort at a... You're not penalised by
Cutting your opponent's ball.
going for a skill shot to some degree. You're not penalised by missing it, which allows that change of turn shot. Just a containing shot here.
So it worked for Joel, didn't it? He's back at the table. Great tactical play.
Well, he's definitely he's just changed the odds. It's one ball less that James can use to come out and open that tricky yellow he's got next to the red now, and he just needs to make sure he keeps his foot on the throat and doesn't give him an opportunity to take back over the match.
Guys are working on the shot clock right now, so hopefully we get that sorted soon.
It's got a bit of a stutter to it.
Probably needs a new battery.
Players obviously trying to roll with it as best as possible. But just it's hard when you look around, you see a time behind you and it's not actually relevant.
And it starts beeping.
Well, it looks like it's working fine now. It's back working fine now by the looks of things. After it's stuttering now, it looks like it's slow.
Rick Tomasello's the timer today. He'll sort it, mate.
Yeah, sort it
Oh,
out.
and it's gone again.
Oh
no, it was a new time, sorry. Joel on reds. Only got that one tricky one to the left of the blank.
No, so he plays that one down to the bottom. He'll land on the one to across to the bottom right, and he'll land on the black to the centre.
Just a bit long. He wanted that to the middle.
Won't have to play it now. Look, it does cut back to the centre. I think I see him playing the cut back to the centre here. Definitely. Play it with bottom, maybe a bit of bottom left to throw it off that top rail.
Still playing it. Nice shot.
Played it with top left off the top rail. I like this game. Not every day I get to call the right shots.
Looks like Michael Sco got knocked out, table one.
Just roll through this. You want to land pretty straight on this red, or this side of it, not there. It's not where you want to land.
Not having the look of the cloth today.
And the clock's got a stutter again. Not a bad attempt. Look, that would be somewhat of a long pot on these tables without a hampered queuing. And if he made it, he was in more trouble. So I think it's not a terrible result, but
6 foot tables, don't forget, guys. Little smaller than what we're used to in Australia.
faster felt, less working space. I think he just puts this in the corner. I think this goes quite neatly past. He's playing the safety.
A bit difficult for the double here.
It might just be coming off that ball and landing behind that yellow. No, he's not happy with that. He's left him a full shot at this.
Yeah, what can he do with it? We play the plant double.
Well, you can just contain if you can just roll up on that red.
Oh yeah, and that second red, good thinking.
And not leave this ball, which is right next to the Y, on. You just roll up onto it. It's just a containing shot, or if you can play it, get it near the centre and leave the white on this rail, like over here. Then yeah, it's just about making sure that Jimmy can't finish.
Put him under pressure.
Now, if I was Jimmy here, I'd just roll this red, this yellow up to the centre pocket, and he's going to force him to take his hardest red, which doesn't really go anywhere.
We're into the last quarter, under 15 minutes left.
See what he does. Safety shot, just roll it up, double it out to the centre of the table.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
Didn't leave him a lot there.
He was in the snooker. Now, the hardest thing about these is you have to go for it. You have to hit a rail after it. There's no laying up and landing pretty. You've just got to try to pot these. With the yellow tied up on the black, I think he hits the bottom one and tries to put it over near this pocket.
He's going off the left rail.
Yep.
See how far he can kick it across.
Might have been triple, if it depends how hard he hits it. That's not bad. It's not a bad result. He's landing a little bit tricky, and those balls are a little bit tricky if he
Got to have left
doesn't
that
land
ball
perfect.
Got to have left that one to the middle.
You'd think so. But I think if you can get on these bottom ones near the black, he'll take them as soon as he's got a good angle on it. He's taking his time now.
I think.
It's called extension. It's called the extension there. That's why I had that extra time.
Yeah, just out of shot there, right behind our referee Dinesh's Dakota on the stopwatch. So we have still got a working stopwatch working.
Yeah, always got to back up.
I think after this match they're going to turn that one off completely and turn it back on
Yeah,
again.
it'll just be a restart.
Yeah.
Something simple, as we know how technology is.
We'll thank Bill Gates for it later, but obviously we don't want to turn it off now because we'll usually we'll lose the match clock. Four 2 James Delahunty at the table.
This must go. It's very close. Now you just play this natural, and you should just drift over towards that yellow. Centre ball, not too hard. But knowing me, they'll probably punch it in.
Doesn't want to be too long though because he's got to get back down the table for the play.
He just needs a bit of angle. Yeah, he's going to play off the side rail. And he is dead straight in there. But look, as long as he can run through a few inches, he's on that black. So.
Yeah. About halfway between that yellow and the pocket. Looks like he's putting bottom on it. Oh, tried to force it.
And in off.
Oh, white ball.
That changes everything with 11 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Or 20 minutes out and you'll call him game.
It's 4-2. We was looking at 5-2. We could be looking at 4-3.
I don't know about him. Yeah, but I wouldn't be going this ball
Just
first, but
one shot
there's a
and
difference between levels. Oh, it's perfect.
the pendulum swings completely the other way.
And it's a one frame ball game.
4-3.
Joel will say thanks for coming, mate. So just so everyone knows at home, don't pay attention to the match clock. Dakota will be calling out after 15 seconds because they can't visually see it, and then counting down from 5. So they'll get their normal 5-second countdown that they normally get. But as they can't see it, he'll be calling down from 15 seconds. And we have a match on our hands. We have a match. Does he get a ball off the break? Another dry break.
9 minutes 50 to go. Joel wants his $2 back out the table for that one.
And Jimmy says, I'm going to go for reds here and I'm going to make these count. I'm sure he's not happy with the couple of misses he's had that have cost him 2 frames. You know, one relatively easy yellow for his standard and that last ball that cost him a frame. Those two frames and it was game. 2 misses. What do you reckon happens here, mate? Does he make these?
It looks pretty straightforward.
Does he, I'd say he plays this one and he plays the red off the red in the corner just to open up that yellow and say, give me some space to put this red. And if he can screw up the table
To get back to the...
to where he is now, he might even take him while he's here. But he just wants to land nice on those centre ones because, you know, those 3 around that centre left pocket, they're not as easy as they look. Just click that. There we go.
Perfect.
James,
I mean, the black
he's
the black
looking
was still
good.
going.
He's making me looking good as a commentator. See, my opinion here, right? I roll through, land on this hard red now because you don't want to be forced to play a tricky shot with that. And if you can screw back up the table, then when he plays this one in the centre, that's currently in the centre of the table, if you can screw back up and make spot for that, you'll be able to drift down through traffic, not easy, to the bottom of the table. Yep. So it'll be interesting to see. This is where you watch their thought process. Does he land high on it to get down the table for this last red near the pocket? Or does he land on it for the corner pocket and try to score it between the black? Both of them. Very tricky shots to execute, but that's why these guys are at this level. So he's going to put this in the centre, come off the top rail, I would say with a bit of left, and try to come back down this side that is on, just to give himself a shot at this red. Or he plays it with extreme top right, comes off 2 rails, top right rail, and drifts towards, and come back down towards the corner. He's playing top right. That's that 2 rails that I said, don't go in off. He's not happy. He's not happy.
I think you were even better off going the other way with them 2 balls. Playing the red into the centre and then playing the red up the rail with topspin to get onto the last rail.
You think he's missed 2 rail shots like that so far, trying to push through a topspin. The one over there with topspin, the one down here with topspin, they're the 2 ones that cost him 2 matches. So I think the way he went about it was right, and the way he came off those 2 rails, but he just to the pace of the table.
Yeah, just unlucky, of course, but that danger was always going to be there.
Correct. But these are all on here.
Don't get me wrong, he's a far better player than I am. It's just I was surprised he went that way about it.
Just hold for the centre here.
Great shot.
I wonder how easy this plan is, or does he come into them now? The plan's crucial. Yeah, he's looking at it now. So
Yeah, he's looking at it.
if you can just, he's going for it. I'd go for it now while you've got the red in a bit of trouble. Do you know what I mean? If he makes it now, he's got the game.
Great shot.
It's not the best leave, but I think you can take that one next to the black, really. If you can take that one next to the black.
Looks like that will sneak past that red, won't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does. So he's going to take this outside one. You use that one next to the black as a bit of insurance, just in case things get hard. So these are the type of ones where you can play with top left and spin it back out, but on new felt, new rubbers, new table, it gets a little bit trickier. But he runs around the table beautifully. Now this one here, you're just trying to come back out for the black spot in snooker, which would be about level with the yellow probably, just off that top rail. Play with a bit of top and give yourself angle to run around that black. You don't want to be too high on it. Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's just...
Regulation finish here for Joel.
Look, it's not easy. Don't want to miscue. But it's there. And we see the scores at 4-all. 4-all.
With 4 minutes 18 to go. We're not going to get 2 frames in, I don't think, but anything's possible.
Jimmy to break. Now Jimmy's break's been on point.
Good.
Jimmy's been on point. So Jimmy's been on point with his break today, but let's see what this pressure's done.
Yellow potted. 4-all. 3 minutes 40 to go.
And not a very easy starter ball anywhere on the table. It's probably his worst break, even though he still made a ball.
He could just roll up behind that red on the right.
Look, that's what he did in the first game, and Joel took the colours and won the frame. So let's see what he elects to do here. Does he go conservative and say you give it a go, or does he decide to attack?
Oh, unlucky.
That could be it, guys. 2
Open
minutes,
table.
50 seconds to go.
Open table, ball in hand. Anywhere on the table, 1 shot. Might call his extension here. No, he's not. Does he? This is another reason why you can't sit in your seat and not watch the table. You've got to be ready for a chance like this to step up what you're going to go for, where you're going to put the white. Not happy with that, what he's left himself.
And Jimmy knows there's 2 minutes left on the clock and he's up and ready to go. He's already walking over. Look, that's a great containing shot. Is it enough?
Joel's disappointed. He knows he had a good chance there.
Yeah.
He's probably kicking himself not pulling that extension.
2 minutes here. We're going to have a red ball shootout.
Managed to get 2 red ball shootouts yesterday. If you missed them, guys, one was in the final, one was in the semi. Well worth going back to rewatch.
If you want to find them, just say Pockets on Facebook. They're everywhere. And here we go. Safety. Jimmy might be on this plant to the centre here, and look, if it's on, look, he's going to go for it. He has to. You'd probably rather win.
Oh, nice shot.
He's got 1 minute 8 seconds. 1 minute 8 seconds. Look, I'd be slowing it down and making sure you get it, but also you don't want to give it over.
Yeah, you'd rather stay at the table.
Yep. Every day of the week.
Great shot. He's running.
Yeah, now he's going for it.
He's broken it out. What's he got? 44 seconds. Took his time over that shot, and it's working well for him. Ooh, nice. I think Joel's just going to give him a round of applause. Ooh, I thought he'd go for it.
Double to the centre.
It's on the right track. 23 seconds to go.
He's got it.
He's not even looking at the clock. Get that one. Well done, guys. Thanks for joining us.
What a match. Guys, thanks so much. We'll be right back.
Just lagging for break on table 2, second matchup of the night. We've got Justin Sedges against Rusty Wheeler. In the commentary box for this frame, we've changed things up a bit. We've got me, Stephen Smith, and my old friend, my old partner in crime, Aaron Tracy.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Good to be working with you again.
You too, mate. Always a pleasure.
Rusty's just looked across. I don't know if I've upset him already.
I'm sure you have.
Looks like I think we might be going for the manual shot clock again on table 2. We've still got that
technical difficulty.
Yeah.
So here we have it. Rusty Wheeler, Justin Sage. The two gentlemen know each other fairly well. Look at that power break. Rusty to break. Successful break. Obviously, successful break constitutes either 3 balls passing back across that imaginary middle line. He's got about 7 or 8. Or a ball going in also counts for a point. So you need 3 points. He's tallied up about 9 points with that break. So well and truly a legal break. Decides to take reds. And in pretty good shape, you'd say here, Stephen.
Did you get any foul breaks yesterday?
Foul breaks.
Funny enough, I'm learning a lot. Asking Trent about all these shots. Did you get this yesterday? Because today we had one, a skill shot with both balls went in, and that was the first time we had one of them.
Okay.
Great shot by Joel.
We had several foul breaks in our first round match.
Wow.
Today on table 1.
Amazing.
Michael Skerry had, I reckon he had 3 foul breaks, and that put him behind the 8 ball. Pardon the pun.
Just into the table. Having
Shot
a good look.
Clock seems to be working okay.
Don't talk about it, we'll jinx it. Looks like he's playing that yellow to the top left.
Yes, gentle shot. I saw him practicing that shot there.
Oh, how gentle was that? I'll play a slow game, but
It's very delicate.
yellow's in play. Rusty got through to the semis yesterday.
Justin was a first round loser, so he'll be looking to come out firing today.
Called his extension. 30-second shot clock, guys, and you get 1 extension for 15 seconds per player per frame. We have been seeing them mostly played earlier in the games. Nice shot. He left himself a couple of options. Red. Yellow on the bottom rail, or the yellow is right next to the top right.
He's going to take that yellow on the top right, screw back a little.
Nice.
Try and play the one down the left rail now, opposite pocket. So if we can get this one through.
Bit of backspin to get the white back to anywhere near where it is now. And to leave that yellow next to the black into the bottom left. Good call, mate. That's exactly what he's going for.
He's going to need a good cue ball here.
Oh no,
He's
run
playing
through.
it. He's run through. It was a smarter shot. He had the cushion of that yellow to play off.
But this will work, 'cause you can put that yellow on the bottom rail to the bottom left, and then they'll run it around for the yellow in
The
next
same
to the black
pocket?
Yep.
It should give him, if he gets good position there, it'll give him a nice easy black. So let's see if Justin can get off to a good start today. Speaking of good starts, how did you go in your first call, my friend?
Yeah, it went well. Did it with Trent today. Jamie Stevens, I did with 3 frames yesterday. Had great fun with Jamie. If he's watching today, I don't think I got a chance to say goodbye, but pleasure working with you yesterday. Thanks, mate.
And you had an absolute
Beauty.
cracker of a finish. James Delahunty coming from nowhere, 4-all to he had a nice messy cluster with about a minute to go, and he cleaned it up.
Yeah,
with,
mate.
was
He
that a
opened
second
it
to
up.
spare?
He took his time and opened that up beautiful. Because Joel was unlucky on so many shots. To fight his way back into it to 4-all was really good. But he must have had like five shots at least where the white ran out of position, just left himself in a bad position. Just wasn't running for him today.
There you go, back to the action. Table 2, Justin Sage gets the chocolates. And he goes out to a 1-0 lead. That will do his confidence a world of good. And he is a confidence player, no doubt.
Just into break. Do you know, I'm so excited to be working with you again. I didn't do the sponsors between frames, but that's okay, because last time I ran out of sponsors. That's a good point, actually. If I ran out of sponsors between frames, that means we need more sponsors, doesn't it?
We will certainly need more sponsors. We have some brilliant sponsorship packages opening up for Championship Series 3 and 4, which will be a couple of months down the track.
Yeah, March.
Rusty Wheeler at the table at the moment. He's eyeing off those yellows. Dry break from Justin. And he's taking the reds, actually.
Called the extension, didn't need it. But, you know, you're better safe than sorry.
Absolutely.
Because let's face it, you're not going to need it later on in the frame. I was saying before how even if you're sitting down, you've got to keep an eye on the game, just in case you get ball in hand. You don't want to suddenly stand up and go ball in hand, oh, hold on, what's happening at the table? I've got to now work out where I want it.
Yes. Match awareness is key.
I know people that, you know, in pub and league pool,
That's a great shot.
deliberately do not watch their opponent play. Just look away, wait for their visit.
So Rusty had two reds very close together near that left middle pocket. He's extracted one, and now it's looking a lot easier a pot out from here.
The question is, will the one lowest on the table go in the right centre?
From that camera angle, it looks like it does.
Yeah, just to me.
Just had one of our Pro Series players pass on a little message
I don't think we can
regarding Rusty Wheeler.
I don't think we can say that on air, but
No,
thanks for
we
that.
don't. Thank you, Michael Scarry. We don't need any psychological warfare here.
I don't think you're supposed to name him.
Well, he certainly named his player that he's after. So
One of the Pro Series players that's no longer in the tournament. He's still hanging around. How did you go on your call for, what was it, 6-2?
we had a good call.
Was it?
And,
What's the score?
It was 6-1, 6-2.
Steve Woods, eh? He
He's-
painted a target on his back, and it's still there.
And he's in scintillating
Great
form.
run by Rusty.
Rusty Wheeler levels it up 1-1. And there is a man that did very well yesterday. He's brilliant in his quarter-final. He's excellent in his semi-final as well. Rusty's a proud Queenslander and certainly likes to make his feelings known on socials if you do follow him. I'm going to throw out to one of our sponsors. Big thanks to Lombard, the paper people. We all know Lombards, especially here in Victoria. They are the party hire specialists. So anything to do with parties, picnics, birthdays, birthday supplies. They even do sports-themed, AFL, Olympics, etc. Get down to Lombards. You can also hire equipment if you want to host. So Lombards are paper people.
Good break by Rusty. Pot of red. Don't have to nominate in international rules unless it's obviously a bit tricky for the ref to work out what you're actually playing. But that was blatantly obvious. He's going for yellow.
Classic Rusty break there, where the majority of the balls move into the top half of the table.
But staying in the same suburb.
Yeah, they're close but not clustered. Doesn't seem to be any problems there for him. I'm going to back him in to run out from here. He's going to play a nice little combination shot here. Not a problem. Continue with that side of the table.
Difficult bridging, but he's been there, done that. He's not happy with the position. Bit of a grimace there, would you say?
Absolutely.
This next shot's important if he wants to run out.
And that was a nice,
That'll work.
deft little touch.
Yeah. Red to the bottom right, red to the centre, black to the bottom right, I'm calling.
You mean yellow?
And anyone that listened to me commentate, to call a run of 3 balls, that's seeing the future for me.
Yes. Only thing is you said red.
Did I? Oh.
Yes. So.
Well, you know, I'm colourblind. I usually work on Braille, so give me a chance. Here he is. This is off the break. Master break there by Rusty. Right, let me have a crack, mate.
Excellent
We've got
work.
Pubble on board as another sponsor. Brewery winery deliveries, all local products, competitive pricing. Pubble.com.au. Like I said before, not the best with my accent. P-U-B-B-L-E, Pubble, or Pabble if you're a Cockney or an Australian. So, 2-1 to Rusty Wheeler. We've 49.5 minutes to go. I don't think we're going to race to 6. I don't think we're going to have a problem with the hour time limit on this one.
Plenty of time left in this one. And the format is very simple. This is a single elimination format, which means that we start off with 8 players, have 4 quarterfinals matches, and it's one and done. Once you are out, that's it for your day.
Get your coat.
Get your coat, absolutely.
Then again, in this heat, just get a seat at the bar.
Because you do not want to go anywhere. The action has been amazing. Looks like Ben Noonan gets a frame on table 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing that we've got no idea what the scores are over there. But we'll find out after these games.
We certainly will. So race to 6 today. The game clock is the same, it's 1 hour. But as it stands, 6 frames will get you the win.
I was talking to Joel before we started, and he was saying these short races, it's cruel. It's anybody's. At least in a longer race. I mean, even only a race to 15, you've got the chance of, you know, the better players coming out on top with a race to 6. And like I say, Joel was so unlucky.
He was a little unlucky, but no, I think Joel and James Delahunty both are still finding their feet. They seem to be at the other end of the scale. Steve Woods, whose play has developed his confidence. Lovely shot.
Rusty's not happy. Unlucky son.
He was a little unlucky there.
I think he can play the 2-ball plan. No, he doesn't think the same as me. The double's not on either. Let's see what he does here. It went. What was he shaking his head for? I honestly don't know why he didn't like that. But then
Beautiful
again,
shot. A1 position here.
get behind. Nice shot.
Creates just enough angle for this black. We've got a good position from the commentary box.
I wish I could play that good and not be happy with myself.
He knocks it in very easily. Rusty Wheeler goes out to a 3-1 lead.
Next sponsor, A-Ball Federation of Australia, on board, taking care of us. Thank you very much. They're the governing body, if you'd like, for 8-Ball Australia. They've got a great website, plenty of information. If you're interested in the sport or need a bit more information or help or find your local venue, go to 8-Ball Federation Australia.
They've also been very supportive of what we're trying to achieve here at Pockets. So not only as a sponsor, but also as a supporter. And yes, we need all the support we can get.
Sounds like Ben snagged another one, table 1. The two guys with targets on the back, it's got to be Mark Robertson and Steve Woods after yesterday's win.
Well, I think something we learned about Mark Robertson yesterday is if he gets off to a good start, look out. He's almost unstoppable. But if you get a couple of frames early on him, that scoreboard pressure does some strange things. He went from 54 of 55 balls to his next match losing 6-0. So that is, it's got to be psychological. Justin Sage at the table now. He's taken reds. Hasn't quite moved that with enough topspin to get it away from that rail. He's got a little gap there, so he should be fine. He'll play the top red on the table. Try and get around those yellows without any contact. Into the middle of the table. He's played it really well.
Great shot.
You can choose whichever red he wants now, but he'll probably take the top one and then come back into the middle for the other. It's interesting watching Justin size up his options and really think through. He's an incredible speed pool player. He doesn't need to think a lot. He's taken the lower one. And he'll take this into the
top left.
Top left. A little bit of pullback and then maybe play for that bottom left red. But incredible pool player, incredible potter, and he's also the youngest in our field.
I think he's gone the other way. I think he's going to play that one to the bottom right. It looks like it will slide past that yellow and leave him very nice onto the black, onto the red into the bottom left.
Yeah, he will now because he's hit that so well. Looked like a two-way shot to give him options just in case he didn't hit that red right. But he's on it. A1 position to get his second frame on the board. You're here at the Pockets Pro Series. This is Championship 2. My name's Aaron. Very happy to be back in the commentary box with my partner in crime, Stephen Smith. We're watching
Look at that.
Justin Sayich
Position.
play a delicate last red. Perfect position to the black. He will knock this in. Absolutely no problem. Don't have to concern yourself with any commentator's curse.
And that was on Rusty's break.
Skips out to a 2-1 lead.
Right, we're down to one more sponsor, Sustainable Choice. Great website, helping you make better sustainable choices. It's an independent platform to help you stay informed, shop better and support more sustainable brands. Something all of us should be aware of and start practicing. Make the right choices today for the world that's ours tomorrow. Sustainable Choice, thanks for getting on board, guys.
Absolutely. It's pretty simple to do the right thing and be sustainable, and that's the way the world is headed. Just great news. Just had a referee doing his job and helping us with our job.
Telling us we got the score on.
Score is 3-2.
Black nearly went in there. Remind me, what is it? International rules if black does the break.
I think we re-spot the black and
Yes,
it's a
that
foul.
was it. You're right. Anyway, it didn't. Justin broke. Potted a red and a yellow. Having a good look at the table. We've not had many extensions called yet, have we?
These guys haven't needed them. Whereas we saw slow play in our first action match on table 1.
Extension call.
There you go. Commentator's curse. We saw lots of extensions. I think pretty much every extension was used in every frame. Steve Woods has a habit of spending his full 45 seconds with extension on his first shot. So he likes to map out and really take his time on the first shot.
Oh, they won yesterday, so it works.
Well, you can't argue with anything he's doing at the moment. But for now, we are at the table. Table 2 with Justin Sayich. And he's on that top red. Good queuing. Good pace on the white. Got a couple of options. He can pull back for the red on the middle left, or he can put a little bit of top spin on this.
Sooner or later, he's got to break them 2 reds out off that right side.
Can't think about this for too long, though. So he's going to take on the tricky ball now.
Run it all the way down to the top. Oh, sorry, all the way up to the top right.
Yes.
Well, that'll work. If he can hold that side of the table, he can then run the red on the right rail as well to the bottom right.
This is the key shot of this frame.
Obviously, the black's not in the best spot. But, 4 balls away. So you didn't want to overhit that because you wanted to retain position to get that right red down the rail, and that's why he ran short.
It's not his best shot. Rusty's in pretty good shape here.
Third of the way through, just over 40 minutes to go.
Rusty's pulled back for that his difficult ball. Now where does Rusty go from here? Does he just he'll pull back just enough to take the lower middle part of the table?
No, he's going to settle onto the bottom left.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lower middle part of the table.
Sorry, he's saving the yellow at the top for the position on the blade.
So how does he get on from here, Stephen? Talk us through this.
Oh, I wonder he's going to backspin at the length of the table.
Wedges is coming.
He's called his extension, I think.
Backspin to the centre. Run the yellow to the top left. Oh. I think he got lucky there because this means Justin's got to play the one. He's got to clear the pocket top right, and he's blocked that pocket for the black, the top left. So it's still anybody's game. I've just got this funny feeling there's people watching this at home saying this guy's got no idea what he's talking about.
We are the colour.
Yeah, I'm just here to fill in the quiet spots, I think. Thanks for joining us, guys. 10,000 views yesterday. Awesome, just what we needed for the first weekend.
We are not the stars of the show. You're watching these guys here. These are some of, if not the best pool players in Australia. We've brought them all together for Australia's richest prize for professional pool.
Total prize pool, $126,000. A lot of cash. Australian dollars, of course.
Yes, incidentally, that's the exact same amount that you get paid per viewing, isn't it, per episode?
Yet to see a paycheck. We need to talk about that as well, mate. Anyway, back to the table. Justin going for the red, bottom left. He's going to use the white to get behind the other side of the black.
He's setting up for a double back into the middle.
Middle pocket double. Back yourself, son. Back yourself.
He's in no rush to play this shot. And he's knocked it in. That's a great shot.
3-all, ties it up. I think I've got down to one last sponsor. I love smashing through the sponsors.
Good for you.
Oh no, I've got two to go. Full promoted, Melton, who supplied our commentary shirts. Great shirts. Formerly embroidered me. If you want some corporate wear, so you're fully promoted in Melton. See Frank. Tell him I sent you.
And he shall look after you, as he's looked after us. We're very happy with our spiffy black shirts. Thank you, Frank. You're looking resplendent in yours, Stephen.
I always look good, mate.
Another power break. And a scratch, unfortunately. Traditional break of Rusty, getting most balls into the other half of the table from where they started.
Problem is, he also dropped the white. So, 3-all, what we got? 36 minutes.
And we've got a lot of work here for whoever wins this. This could turn into a defensive battle. Justin's going to take his chance now.
So 6 minutes of frame so far, average. Either my maths is wrong, which is a good chance. Means we've got a chance of getting 10 frames in the hour in a race to 6. Every chance is going to be really tight. Very critical where you put that white. Obviously, white in off the break, you've got to put the white behind book. Any other time in the frame, it's anywhere on the table.
Now, he's Looks like he's set up for that. Obviously, that red obviously sneaks in past that yellow.
He's got a slight smile on his face. Quick look across at the clock, knows full well he's used the extension.
Does it squeeze in?
Or does he just pop that and cover the pocket?
Oh, lovely shot.
I think that red breathed in then to get through that space.
I think Justin Sage just breathed in as he made it. He took a big, deep breath after that. And that will settle his nerves well and truly into this match already. And Justin's into it up to his teeth. He's
could be still in the lead here.
Absolutely. He's done all the hard work early. He's done the heavy lifting. And now he's just got to figure out how he takes these final 4 reds. Does he try and develop that other red now? No, doesn't need to.
Well, mate, this skill level, he can run that red down the rail any day of the week. Obviously, he's going to go across the table now to the centre. No, he's going up the rail first. Oh, sorry, down the rail. Hold the white. Holds the white well, very well. So now it's red near the middle of the table to the left centre. Then it's the only red left to the bottom right. Then it's the black into the left middle. Just want to point out as well, guys, for those watching at home, this carpet is not this bright in real life.
I beg to differ.
No, it's not.
Not from this angle, it's not.
No, it's not. The first thing I saw when I looked at the screen, I'm like, whoa. It's Ferrari red on the screen.
Justin Sage scoots out to a 4-3 lead here on table 2. And we've got a ball game.
Right, last sponsor, Barrel House, also connected to Hubble, wholesale hospitality distributor, servicing bars, clubs and restaurants. Barrel House, check out their website. Thanks for getting on board and being one of our sponsors, guys.
Shot clock reads 33 minutes and change, so we're almost halfway through this, and these guys are flying through their matches.
Right, what we got here? Oh look, I think Aaron's trying to chat my wife up. You've met her 20 minutes ago, mate. Just give it a chance.
I think my mother is trying to chat your wife
is that
up.
your mother?
That's my mother.
Oh, wow.
Surprise guest,
No wonder,
honoured guest.
No wonder she brought you wedges.
Back to the action. Rusty Wheeler at the table.
How good is it that no one in the venue can hear the crap we're talking? Right. Called his extension.
He's in no rush. He's got a bit of a cluster of balls in the middle of the table. And that first one will be crucial.
4-3 at the moment to Justin.
He's decided to take the easy one early. That's my kind of pull.
Yeah, I like that. Get one under your belt.
That's a great shot.
That one will trickle through to the middle.
There are 2 yellows very close to each other, and they were effectively hampering each other. He's just clean knocked one out and held for position with the other one.
He's got
Delicate shot.
He's got more faces than a clock shop, I tell you. And none of them are happy.
Rusty Wheeler, Championship 1, was a semi-finalist and was only knocked out by the brilliance of Michael Skerry in a 6-red shootout.
And Rusty should have had that. He didn't realise he had to wait for all balls to stop.
Yeah.
He wasted 3 seconds after the break.
Yeah, he thought that he would have to wait, and as long as the ball is not going to hamper the cue ball, it's play on.
And he hadn't practiced it before, so I don't know if he's staying in a hotel or one of the other players in Victoria's putting him up, but hopefully he's had a practice at it today.
We've already seen 2 6-red shootouts in Championship 1.
Nearly had one in the first game here.
Nearly did, if it wasn't for a fantastic, tricky run-out by James Delahunty.
Look at this. Oh. I thought he was going to play that to the middle. Great out. Great out. Sorry about the feedback there. That was Rusty Whistler.
He just gave a wry glance to his opponent then, saying he knows he's dodged a bullet there. There's a millimetre in that. That ball did not want to go in, but ended up taking the side door. Rusty takes a score?
4-all.
4-all.
He brought himself back into it. He led the frame, and then Justin got his nose in front, and Rusty's just grabbed him by the neck and said, "Get back here, son. You're going nowhere." But he probably didn't do it with a Cockney accent, but, you know, it's a thought that counts. What we got? 30 minutes, running halfway in?
We're halfway. Exactly halfway. 4-all.
Race to
We
6.
are locked in an absolute dogfight here. Rusty Wheeler power breaks another one. I could have sworn he broke the last one. But he's on the board. It is a live break. It's a legal break, as all Rusty's breaks are. He always gets several balls back past that imaginary halfway line.
He's out of shot at the moment, but he's changing faces again. Yellow into the right centre. Gets that one away. Bit of a side, walks around the table, weighs up his next shot. He's going to play the 2-ball plant on the left rail to the top left. Great position. So you can pop this into the top right, shoot across to the bottom left and break them up a bit. I'm not sure if there's a 2-ball plant there. That's what he's looking at now. We'll soon see if he hits this with the venom or just lays it up for the white of long. Yeah, try to break him up a little bit. Looks like he might have sneaked himself.
He might have a shot here.
He's standing right in front of us. Oh no,
he's going to
swerve it.
Swerve around. Oh, he's played it deliciously. That's a lovely shot.
Deliciously. Have you been eating my chips?
So Rusty has extracted a red. Just squeezed between his two tight yellows.
Right and bottom to crash into that red and yellow. Break out that problem ball.
I think it's too thin to make contact, so he's going to have another plan here.
I don't think he's got much else. That won't go across, surely.
I don't think he's going to try and sink it.
Yeah. Oh, good tactical play. I like good tactical play.
So what he's done there is he's tied up the cue ball, leaving Justin not much at all, actually.
I couldn't hear the call. That could be a touching ball. Even the ref's not happy now.
No doubt Justin will use his extension. He has done. And he's going to have to think his way through this one. This is a critical moment in the match. Deadlocked at 4-all.
Don't forget international rules, so he's got to play one of his balls. He can't do a sneaky pop one of Rusty's balls deliberately.
He's tried to put the cue ball behind the black.
And he's dead.
Well, he hasn't quite got... I think that Rusty might have a sliver on that top left. No, you can see the right.
That's what he's going by. He might play it off the right cushion. Off the right cushion.
He's just made contact.
Didn't leave a lot.
He's managed to hold that yellow in position, so it still kind of owns that pocket. Justin's got some work to do. He'll probably start with that red to the left middle. And then he'll make...
Great shot.
Oh! He scratched from a tight angle. That was a little bit unfortunate, but it wasn't great cueing. Advantage Rusty.
Give him his $2 back out of the table for that one. He's got to pot out from here. Leave him with one shot.
I think he will.
Critical we put the white. Shot clock's run a bit late then.
Knocks it out into the open.
Got to be happy with that.
Yes.
He can play the white off the top rail. Oh, no, I
think he's going to pull straight back to that same rail he's leaning on. Now, it's not ideal, but Rusty Wheeler will have no problems with this.
Pulls ahead.
Nor he does.
Again.
No problems whatsoever.
On the hill, 5-4.
Rusty as Stephen just mentioned, he's on the hill now. So this match will, dare I say, will not go the distance. These guys are flying through these frames. Even with a couple of defensive matches, they're still flying through. They're not using all their extensions and playing pretty quickly.
Anybody new to the terminology on the hill means pretty much match point, as in he's got one more game and it's all over. It's a race to 6, and Rusty's 5-4 up.
If Justin can manage to win his 5th frame now, then we'll be at Hill.
We've got exactly 25 minutes and 3 seconds to go, so we're not going to trouble the hour.
We've got it.
I highly doubt it anyway.
We've got a maximum of 2 frames in this one. So hold onto your hats and don't go anywhere.
Who do you think, you know, has played better, who deserves it? Or for me, it's 50-50.
I can't split these two.
No.
They've both had their moments. It's certainly flowed, and the momentum has shifted. But no, I can't split them. It will be an unlucky player who does not progress from here.
You squeeze that one past.
So apparently on table 1, we've got another shootout, 4-3 to Ben Noonan.
Wow.
Over Mark Robertson, the battle of the Victorians. So you can't go wrong at the moment, whether you're streaming table 1 or table 2.
Yeah, but why would you bother table 1 when you got us commentating table 2? I mean, it's
well,
the,
again,
we wasn't called the A-team back in the Weekend Out series for no reason. I mean the reason was we called ourselves that, but we was the best commentary team by far.
expert comments there from Stephen Smith. We have Justin Sayich looking to draw level at 5-all. He's got 3 remaining reds. He probably pulls back on that middle red to hold for position for the red next to it into the same pocket, I would imagine. That's exactly what he's done. So he'll play this red into the same pocket, or does he take the other red?
We've got Rick Tomasello, our timekeeper for this match. And our seasoned referee, Scott, helping us out on this one, doing a wonderful job. Thanks, guys, for your time.
Especially the timekeeper. Thanks to the timekeeper for their time.
Come on, mate.
We've got plenty of it, so...
You got to remember, Aaron's a father, so he can tell dad jokes.
Yes, I am indeed. Oh, he's rattled it home.
Great
A1
shot.
position on the black.
That was me clapping, guys.
Yes, you
So-
like to clap. Justin Sayich pulls level 5-all. Guys, this is Hill. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I like your clap. I like your applaud good play. You didn't like it? Did he give me equals?
I think we can leave it to a number of spectators we have here.
They didn't clap. And if I start clapping, they might start clapping.
Good form there from Rusty Wheeler, just extending a hand to Justin. They're both aware of what's at stake here. This is the decider.
Whoever wins this takes the chocolates, goes through to the
Semi-finals. Semi-final action will follow not long after this, so don't go too far.
Well, if I'm right, they'll be playing the winner of the last matchup on table 2, which was James Delahunty. Which will be pretty close, looking at how all 4 players have played. Oh, sorry, both players have played. I've been lucky to be on table 2 both games. Oh,
Rusty Wheeler had the advantage.
how many points
just
did he get
given
off
it
that break?
Well, he's managed to knock all but 3 of the 15 balls
That's
into the bottom half of the table.
12 point break. I'd like to see a high point break on that one. Oh, hold on. There's Patrick Swayze walking in.
As a point break reference for those that are younger than 40. I would have gone Keanu Reeves, but
Yeah, they get that.
Justin uses his extension and he's hanging. We're hanging on every shot.
If anybody because everybody loves this, and they're all putting great comments on the Facebook comments on from the clips. I'd love it. Could somebody say I'm going to do it. I'm going to say Steve's Point Break reference was the highlight of the night from the commentary team.
You rate yourself, don't you?
Someone's got to.
Pockets Pro Series 2022. This is Championship 2.
80s movies references.
Justin Sage at the table against Rusty Wheeler. This is Hill Hill. Winner take all. Plays an aggressive shot there. He didn't have too many other options, and he's on at least one. He's probably on 2 reds here.
He wanted to smash him out of it because no one's going to get out of this game on one visit.
Could be a few key shots left in this match, in this frame, but this certainly is one. Justin could easily hook himself if he doesn't play a good cue ball. He should pull back on this. And he looks to have not hooked himself. He's in good position here. Takes the top red, I would imagine. Maybe not. Takes the middle red and tries to develop his red on the right rail. He gets a slightly unfortunate double kick. Pretty much stays as is.
I mean, it's in a perfect position for a double into the middle if the black ball was in front of the middle pocket.
He's in good shape here, I'd say. 16 seconds. We do not have to worry about the game clock. This match will be well and truly over 18 minutes from now. But the shot clock is crucial, and he does not have any extensions left. Okay, that's a great shot. A1 position. He's probably...
He's gone a bit long, otherwise he would have been able to pop this into the middle and crash into the one on the right rail to promote it.
Well, I think he's going to pull back and play the double.
So the white's right on the rail, so he can't put any bottom on it. He's looking at it down the rail.
Now, Justin is an excellent exponent of using the shot clock. He's got international experience using the shot clock. He was forced to play that with top spin.
Oh, just didn't get enough on it. Look, it was. Let's face it, he was trying to thread the eye of a needle with 3 pull balls. Not easy.
And
He's got a
now
shot. He can hit the rail first. I wonder if he can hit the rail first and still run that red up to the top right.
I think the key is going to be try and make this as difficult as possible. I'd say it's unlikely Justin will remain at the table after this shot, so it might be damage limitation. Or does he have
rail first?
Does he have a shot?
Oh,
no.
Cross.
He's
Oh, he didn't even cover a pocket. Rusty pulling faces again.
So he's played rail first onto his final red into the opposite pocket, and he hasn't knocked it in. But
if it had gone in, he'd sneaked himself on the blank.
Yes, he'd be in all sorts.
So it could have been a lot worse. He could have potted it.
Rusty Wheeler back at the table now.
Got to play the one to the middle of them three yellows to the right centre.
The other thing to remember, unless he gets a snooker in there, you would think that this will be Rusty's last visit to the table.
And if it is,
he's gone for that little bit of contact on that yellow.
Try and trip him out.
So I think he'll leave that for now.
He's not hanging about. This is the first time he's had to stand back and look at it. Looking at the gap. 15 seconds to go. Going up the table.
He's been forced into this shot.
He's going for the snooker.
Oh, has he got it? He pulled that a little bit too far.
He's not happy. And Justin's having a really
very
good look at
tight.
it. He don't like it either.
We've got an absolute cracker for you here on table 2. Hill, 5-all. Next frame wins. He's going to swerve this.
These guys have smashed through it. They've smashed through 10 games in 45
Wonderful
minutes.
shot. Fantastic shot. That is a frame and match-winning shot there from Justin. Rusty will be disappointed he's given this opportunity up. And Justin makes no mistake on that final black. Justin progresses. Justin Sayich, 6'5", in an absolute classic on table 2.
Great work, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Fantastic call.
Thanks, guys. We're now into the semis. You've got Stephen Smith, Josh Gorski, table 2. And we've got Ben Noonan and Steve Woods.
Should be a cracker. Both haven't played each other yet in this whole event or series. So obviously Steve coming off last night's victory against Michael Scarry at Hill Hill. And Benny scraping through against Mark Robertson after having 4-0 lead and winning 6-4.
He had a 4-0 lead?
Yeah, should have been 5-1. But then Mark obviously break and run to go 4-1, which was good. And then Benny just gave Mark a little look, and then Mark started running 2, 3, 4 all, and then quite fortunate to win rack 9-2, Benny.
Ben's a break. There's a red that dropped bottom right. The crowd's firing up. People are knocked off from work, they've got down here their pockets.
Yeah, I think he likes red. There's a lot of work to do on both colours, but the red he's on now does
Squeeze past.
just.
We're in the perfect angle to look at this, guys.
Yeah. It's just whether the one on top of the black.
Sweet shot.
It's just, yeah, whether the one on top of the black does go easily to the bottom right corner or he has to move it.
Looking at that right now.
I don't know if he wants to play it directly. I think he wants to screw down and hopefully avoid the 2 yellows and land on it.
Playing some precision. I've not been lucky enough to commentate on these games so far.
Yeah, that's still a little bit of work to go. I'm not sure if the red in the middle of those 2 next to the yellow does go to the left. It is a little bit tricky. He landed pretty much as good as he could have where he has. If that red does slide past the yellow, it's just the white's going to be moving a little bit. Maybe looking to leave it to last. Yeah, he has. Yeah, lost. Not lack of concentration, but just lack of care. Shot wasn't too difficult. Just trying to make sure of it right and hold for position. Trying to pinch it a little bit, and maybe just overworked it. So yeah, Justin's first look in this match does have that bottom left pocket covered, but I think he can play a defensive shot, playing a yellow down onto it, taking the pocket back, and leaving Ben up the top of the table.
Simple.
Sorry, yeah, I said Justin. Sorry, I was paying attention to table 1 at the moment. We have Steve Woods, sorry.
Yeah, table 2, mate. Welcome to the lower levels.
Yeah.
Lower levels
Yeah,
of pool.
sorry. Yeah, got to watch these bums play. Yeah, who are these guys? No one's seen these guys before, have they?
I don't know. Do you know, if I had the choice of tables, which I don't, they tell me where I'm sitting, who I'm sitting with, and all comes down. I think I would have picked this game anyway. Nice snooker.
Yeah, good tie up there, but it still worries about the issue of.
Do you think he wants him to break the black out here?
No, I think that's the last ball he wants to move.
And he's got to play. Don't forget international rules. So Ben's got to play a red. He cannot play a sneaky shot. He's got to be a legitimate shot on one of his own balls. Who we got here? We got Scott Henderson refereeing again, and Rick Tomasello, our timekeeper.
Yeah, it is tricky. I think he wants to leave the one next to the black if he can, because the black doesn't go only to the left centre. I think he's going to try and go off 3 rails and hit the red in the middle at the bottom of the cushion.
He's using his extension. Oh! That worked well. He's got to be happy with that. Did you see that shot? There was a shot on Facebook where Benny was practicing at home and he'd sneaked himself on the black and he'd come off 2 rails to pot the black.
Yeah.
What a shot.
Yeah, it's Benny at his finest. He does pull out some magic.
Don't look it up if you've not seen it, because you won't want to play pool again.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough here. Woodsy maybe plays the skill shot, but I like him to move the white up the table and take the pocket and leave Ben right at the other end. But if he's confident in the skill shot, if it's seemingly unmissable, I think he plays it.
Oh, nice
like
shot.
Open.
That's the second one of them we've seen today, because it was Joel played on them earlier, and there was none yesterday.
Yeah, opens it up. Yeah, now he just plays the yellow inside the other yellow. Doesn't want to move it too far.
If anyone else is joining us late on the stream, like people coming in and getting a bit loud at this time of night, it is a race to 6 tonight. We've still got the 30-second shot clock and the 1 hour game clock. So anybody's game, race to 6.
Yeah, race to 6 in an hour. The time should not be an issue.
Hasn't been so far. In that first game when James beat Joel, it was 5-4.
And 6-5 here last match, I think it was.
Yeah,
Justin
correct. Yeah,
and,
the hill.
and Rusty, yeah. But yeah, Steve has taken these quite well. There wasn't really much Ben could do getting out of that snooker. And Steve, did elect to go the out. I don't see him making any really big mistakes. Screw the white down anywhere in past the middle of the table, I think he'd be happy with.
Steve Woods was yesterday's champion, for anyone that didn't watch. So obviously playing to the pretty big target on his back that's still sitting there right now. But Ben's got to have some confidence after knocking Mark Robertson out.
Yeah. He did play well in the first 4. Mark, did run the 5th really good out to sort of stick his nose back into it, and then it did create a little bit of doubt. Benny gave him a couple of chances, and Mark did make the most of it.
Quickly, first sponsor, Pubble, P-U-B-B-L-E, brewery and winery deliveries, local products, competitive pricing. Check out pubble.com.au. Thanks for getting on board, guys. Steve to break, second frame. That first frame was done in 6 minutes, which is what we had for the last match up here, because I remember saying at the time we had enough time to get 10 frames in an hour.
Yes.
Great break.
A little bit of work to do on. I think he has to take reds. He's forced to take reds because the only ball on. I think the only one he's worried about is the one directly above the black. I think everything else is okay. Just needs to sort of map this out and think his way through it. There's no reds tied up, which I'm pretty sure he'll be happy with.
Yeah, he'd be backing himself to pot out here.
Yeah,
What's Steve's background? You know the players better than me.
ACT APOL champion for the last, I'd say, decade. I think 7 or 8 years snooker. But yeah, it just is depending on how the players' lives outside the game is going too. Depending on what they have on, like Steve with work and stuff, he did take a few years away.
Okay.
Yeah, he tends to not travel to too many interstate events. Like he does go to Albury and a couple of other events and obviously play nationals, but apart from that he doesn't really essentially get out much because it is sort of tricky for him being an ACT. Everything's always Sydney or Melbourne or Adelaide. It's always a fair hike.
Yeah, exactly.
But obviously having a Supreme table at home and chucking his name in for this, it's obviously safe to say that he's put a lot of time in. Definitely looked the goods in the event 1.
Well,
and here,
as we know, all these players were invited in. I wonder if anybody said no. Anybody said thanks, but no thanks.
I'm actually not too sure. Apart from Jake, I think the first 8 invited were the first 8, and then the rest is history pretty much. And then Steve just takes them like shelling peas and
2-1.
2-0.
Next sponsor announcement, we've got Lombard, the paper people, who everybody knows they've been in Melbourne for a long, long time. Party hire, picnic wear, birthday supplies, sports, AFL, Olympics. Get your flags from there when you hold your next Melbourne Cup barbecue. Thanks for getting on board at Lombard.
Yeah, so Benny did have a slight look in the first frame, and then Steve obviously punishing him in the second. We'll see what Benny can do in this third. Just hopefully keeps the white under control. Ideally luck to make a ball, and then we'll go from there.
It's another hot night in here. We've got a break from last week's weather, but I think it's still 30 degrees outside. Good old Melbourne weather.
Yeah, I had 2 or 3 games here just mucking around with Benny before, and with no pressure or not much going on. It was hot. So these players under these circumstances, the pressure, along with the weather and various other things, it is difficult out there.
Lovely shot by Ben there. What do you reckon? You got any tough balls there? They're all pretty good, aren't they?
I think his main shot is this one, landing nice on the red over the hole, and then it's just tap, 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 and I think as long as he keeps the white in check, I think he's fine. It's just this shot.
Drop this one into the left centre nice and slow to leave himself for the... Yep, he's looking at it to leave himself for one in the middle of the table to the right centre.
Yeah, I think does he take the one in the middle, near the middle of the table, or take the one near the spot? See, the one he's rolled through for. Maybe he screws back now, plays the one on the spot, and then I think he's good. He's just got to pick the gap, put it back where it is, and he's good.
Yeah, he's going to put out from there.
It's just whether both reds go. I'm not actually too sure if both go to the corner. You might have to take them in sequence, and then he'll be okay.
Good call, Josh.
But yeah, it is. If he doesn't land in position now, he will be kicking himself.
Perfect. You don't like it?
If it is dead
He
straight,
likes
he's
it,
tap
mate.
it in. I think
He's
he's
just
running.
used up 4 seconds of the shot clock.
Yeah. And that's just how it is, felt.
That's a great one to get under your
1-1.
belt. Break and run.
Break
Master
and run.
break.
1-1. 2-1. Steve Woods. Check back to him after just running the previous rack.
So, next sponsor on my list is Barrel House. Connected to Pubble, also do wholesale hospitality distributor, servicing bars, clubs and restaurants. Pocket's own supplier, so if you need alcohol supplies, probably soft drinks as well, CO2 bottles, get on to Barrel House. Thanks for getting on board, guys.
So back to Woodsy. Let's see if he can keep it on serve. He did break well in frame 2, so we'll see frame 4.
How are you going with the stat sheet?
I'm going fine. I can multitask.
Good for you, mate. We've got some great information being gathered by Hal on the stats. We'll be in good stead for the next sessions.
Yeah, so Woodsy has come up dry there, so given Benny first look after a pretty decent break and run. So we'll see.
Calls it the extension.
Yeah, looking at it, I think the table is a little bit messy. It's just the little cluster of the red and the yellow on the left-hand side. I think he wants to sort of try and move.
Going reds.
Probably second shot. I think he plays this, then the one over the hole into the reds just to sort of create a bit of separation.
Such a natural player, Ben. Looking at the angle off this. Oh no, he's going to put the red into the left middle and crash into them two and see if he can develop it a little bit.
Yeah, I think he doesn't want to run through with it. I think he almost has to screw off the red and sort of get the white to sort of stick. Yeah. Just needs to hope for a little bit of luck and...
No, he's got the one on the right rail still.
Yeah, the issue is the red at the bottom left that he just moved. He made it more awkward than it was before.
It's not his next shot he's worried about, is it? It's the one after it.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 shots ahead. I think it is tough now. I don't know. I think he maybe pulls the pin on the out and tries to contain Steve here, but we know Benny doesn't like to keep anything but exciting, so but just he might be forced into it.
He's got to go down the table now. Oh, sorry, up the table.
Yeah, it is awkward. They're obviously hampered queuing, worrying about that red that's tied up behind the yellow.
And same again, it's not this shot. I think he's more concerned about the one after it.
Yeah, I think he's looking at playing it in the centre.
Yeah, it looks like it. And he'll kick across to the right to play the next one.
Yeah, and he's going to be a little bit dirty about that. It's
slightly hampered by the black.
Yeah, but I think the issue is it's straight too. He can't do much with the white. I think he's almost forced into submission here to sort of stop.
Have a quick look around, see what else you got.
Yeah, to stop the out before it makes it.
So he could tap that red on the right side and then land the white on the bottom rail.
Yeah, but it still leaves Justin in control. There's a lot of coverage.
Down that left side.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's playing though.
But there's a lot of coverage here. Like the reds are still a bit tied up. Justin has more than enough room there to sort of tie him up and make it awkward. Anywhere on the right hand side of the table, near those yellows, I think sort of cuts off a lot of angles.
Giving Steve a bit to think about though.
Yeah. Sorry, I did say Justin again. I just forced a habit being on tab 1. But I think he just wants to get the red out, sort of maybe cover the one in the middle of the table and just leave him tied on the top cushion.
Oh, safety play. Had no intention of running that. I thought,
Yeah.
when I was looking at the angle he was playing it, I thought, was he trying to face cut it? But that plays safe.
Just tying it up a little bit because
Ben's not even thinking about it. He knows what he's doing. Put the
Ben,
white back up there.
Yeah, just wants to get it in
Oh.
tight.
Good shot. I mean, there's a gap between them reds, obviously, but it doesn't matter. Hitting the yellow, you're going to try and plot one.
Yeah, I think,
Little smile on Steve's face.
yeah, it was actually quite a good shot. He might be able to swerve the red and actually make contact with the yellow. The last thing he wants to do is move the ones that are around the black, covering the red and making everything tight because Ben doesn't have a ball to go.
So I wonder if Ben's just going to play the same shot again, try and tuck that white into the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah, it is a bit tough.
Very tactical frame. Looks like he's playing across it. Might be going for the pot.
Yeah, I just got a message off my brother saying, I did say Justin a couple of times and I do apologise. It's just, yeah, I don't know, it's just stuck in table 1 mode and obviously know that Steve's playing Ben and just pulled at Justin a couple of times considering they look nothing alike. Yeah. Maybe you need to have next session off.
I've been mixing reds and yellows up. So, well, after this, it's the final, isn't it?
Yes. So the two winners, obviously table 1 and table 2, will play each other, race to 6.
1 hour. 5 seconds left. If he sits... Oh, what a beautiful safety shot. Got a tap of the table there from Ben in appreciation.
Yeah, there was quite a big area there, so...
It shouldn't struggle to get out of it, though.
I think it is tough. Like, there's no one cushion escape unless it's the top cushion, but he's going towards the corner pocket too, like off the red, in off, unless he plays it off 2 to try and hit the second red in on the cushion, not the first one, the second one.
Got lucky there. I think he got lucky there.
I think that's the one he was playing for.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fairly big target, but it was so close on that yellow, the white when it ran past.
Yeah. So
And
now,
he's left nothing. This is definitely going to be the longest frame. Longest frame of the game, this one.
yeah, he definitely
And-
made it
and
tough.
Steve's not happy. Does not prefer this style of play. Would rather be smashing balls in and
Yeah, but they're both
shaking hands.
tactically pretty good though. I think. Yeah, Benny maybe. Yeah, it's tough. Not sure.
used his extension there. And what a shot.
Yeah, I thought he's got to the point where he's like the yellows are good enough and trusted himself and just sort of pulled the trigger and.
I just seen the look on Ben's face. I think he was half expecting that to happen. He was hoping he hadn't seen it.
Yeah, like I mean, but if you look at it, if Benny was playing the same shot, Benny probably would have taken the chance and done the same thing.
Cut into the middle.
It's just you think you play
Finest of course.
such a good safety shot, your opponent's in all trouble, and then you forget that the ball's on. They can just pot it and keep going.
6 foot table, guys.
So yeah, two crackers from Steve, one more probably just to get the white under control, and then I think he can sort of run away with this if he keeps it in check.
6 foot tables supplied by All Star. Get them to JR if you want one of these supreme tables. Just be prepared to wait. Big list, big waiting list for these tables.
Yeah, so he's landed pretty good there. I think he just wants to take this high yellow, then the one on the right hand side of the black. Just sort of wants to either cannon into the red or pick the gap, so he can sort of just create a bit of space there.
You can see how quick these game changes from a tactical battle to one bloke getting down, potting out.
Yeah, I think he's landed a little bit thinner than he wanted, but I think he plays both yellows to the same pocket. If you can avoid the black, I think he plays both to the same pocket.
You can see the speed of the table there. Didn't have to do too much with the white ball.
Slightly underhit it, but I don't see it being too big an issue. Just make sure the yellow goes in positions on the black.
Yeah, two rails for the black.
No, one.
Oh, beautiful. Good call, Josh. Beautiful.
That's it, yeah. Benny, after playing a couple of good safety shots containing, Steve just not so much got fed up with it, but just got backed into a corner and just said, I have to pot it, otherwise I'd probably lose the frame.
3-1 Steve.
Yes, 3-1 Steve, good out.
Another one of our sponsors, Sustainable Choice, great website, giving you the right choices to make for sustainable products. It's an independent platform to help you stay informed, shop better and support more sustainable brands, something we should all be doing more of every day. So thanks for getting on board Sustainable Choice, and away we go.
Yeah, so we have 3-1 to Steve, but we have Benny to break in frame 5. Yeah, so not very often we see a tactical frame there. Not many balls that were covered, but they're just a little bit awkward. Neither player liking to actually go the out unless, obviously, Steve got forced into it a little bit.
Yellow dropped, and there's three of the nastiest reds. He's got to get yellows.
Yeah, the only issue is it's the first yellow that's a little bit tricky. I don't know if he plays the one he's next to. I think he maybe play the one to the middle.
Yeah, true. He's looking at the one on the top rail.
It is tough. There's not much gap there. Be careful of the push shot. There are push shot in these rules too.
I'm trying not to move because I'm directly in line with this shot.
He's played it well.
Weird down just in the last one called a push shot on himself.
Oh, did he?
Well, a double hit.
It's actually quite hard to see, obviously, unless you can feel it, obviously, if you're playing, but it's very hard for the referee to see it unless you can see the white push forward.
Just great sportsmanship to call himself on that.
Yes.
And Joel was unlucky. A number of times he was just a couple of inches out of position.
Against James.
Yeah.
But I think Joel, if you ask Joel later, he was 4-2, should have been 5-2 down to James. James missed a relatively easy yellow with a black left to go 5-2 up.
Yeah.
And then Joel break and run to go 4-all, and it's all you need is a slight chance in this game at this level, and they do run racks.
Benny still at the table from the break.
Yeah, a little bit of work to go, but I think he just doesn't want to overwork this too either. He'd rather have a shot on the next yellow rather than just rattle out just by trying to do too much.
Great shot. Great shot. Didn't force it.
Go on, Benji.
Yeah, so now he's obviously got choice, but I think he overscrewed a little bit, just making it a little bit awkward on this yellow. Maybe he plays it off the side cushion.
What a shot.
Anywhere straight or straight-ish, and he screws back even to the middle pocket, the black goes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Look at this, look. Great potting.
Definitely turned up a notch this match.
Ben's cheer squad's arrived.
Yes, they have.
3-2.
So that's two break and runs on the trot for Ben, and we'll see how Steve goes. Still in front, 3-2. With 38 minutes to go.
Quick mention for Fully Promoted in Melton, who supplied our commentator shirts, some lovely shirts we're wearing. Thank you very much. Formerly known as Embroidered Me, so if you want some corporate wear shirts, etc., get on to Frank at Fully Promoted in Melton. Right. So we've got Steve to break.
To get a ball in off the break, looking at the table now, it
Drop
is
to red, yep.
a little bit awkward. I mean, I'm not that red next to the yellow doesn't go in the corner. So yeah, you may use the extension here just to sort of work out what's happening here and sort of just pull up a little bit and try and settle, because yeah, frame 6 is a big deal. 4-2 to 3-all is a big difference.
Ooh. But at least he's held that red up with a black. Got lucky there. But it'll be interesting to see how Ben gets that out, actually.
Yeah. I mean, he has angled to do it now, but I think he wants to also move the yellow and the red too. He's going to do... He has 2 extractions here with not many options to actually develop balls.
Oh, drops them both, didn't want that.
Yeah, now it's...
Yellow's in play.
Yeah, really tough to look at the black. Black doesn't double to either middle. He does have to sort of extract it somehow. And with not many options apart from taking the yellow long.
Yeah, and you won't want to let Steve back at the table because he'll put a red and break that red next to the black out.
Yeah, because it is a big area for Steve to
Called his extension.
tie him up to. So he's a big shot. He's probably going to have to play this and screw back off the bottom rail and back out.
Oh, got his money's worth out of the extension at least.
Yeah, it was tricky. Just, yeah, obviously a little bit unlucky to pop both yellows in that one visit.
So Steve back at the table on reds, taking a nice simple one into the centre pocket.
I think Steve definitely does go in favourite now. Leaving,
Breaks that one out and puts it back.
But then now he's actually okay too to do it again. He has the extraction again off the 2 rails to go into the black and the red.
Yeah, it is better. If he gets down the left-hand side, it'll still pot to the right side.
But I think he can actually move him again. He move him again now with options still. I think he's okay.
Did exactly that. Good call, Josh. Now he can play that red to the centre.
Yeah, it's just a little bit...
He's got a good chance of potting out from here.
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky though. I think maybe he decides to hold on the yellow. I think just pot this and hold onto the yellow. To hold for the red. Yeah, now it's just this next key position shot. Wants to leave angle so he doesn't go near the yellows.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get stuck behind him.
Yeah, he wants to leave an easy gap to get around on the angles.
Draw it back a couple of inches.
Yeah, I think he's okay. I think he can screw into the side, left-hand side of those 2 yellows, or if he chooses to pick the gap, it's a pretty big gap. Yeah. So just one key position, which I probably, if it's dead straight, probably screws back, plays the black in the same pocket.
3-2 scoreline at the moment.
And just like that, 4-2.
Yeah. Old jinx.
No, he's never missing that. The only way he's missing that if he loses an arm.
Like I've often said, I'd give my left arm to play this good.
But yes, 4-2 to Woodsy, playing really well, taking all his chances, even though being slight, but yeah, playing really well. Obviously showing form from yesterday.
I think it's my last mention now for the home of 8 Ball Australia, who's helping promote the sport, this new rule set. Got a good website, check it out if you're interested in pools, want to know the rules or find out where your local venue. Home of 8 Ball in Australia. That's the 8 Ball Federation Australia. You'll see all the logos around the tables on the advertising board. Check them out. Give our sponsors a shout. Tell them where you heard about them and tell them what a great job and how we appreciate their support. Bend to break. Red, left centre.
Yeah, it didn't flip too great. A little bit of traffic, but I think he...
I think his cheer score's getting louder.
Just depending on how awkward this red is to the right middle, I think he chooses red. If he can play it and develop the other red next to it, I think he goes red. Leaving obviously the 2 reds next to the yellow and the black to extract it and move it out.
Extension called.
So there you go, course I call red. Why would you go red? What do I know?
You got to remember, Josh, I mean, you're a good player, you're a great player. I was surprised you didn't do better in the Pockets Open weekend out tournaments, but these guys, mate, they're another level.
Yeah, they definitely are. So we'll see how Benny goes with these yellows, leaving obviously the top one next to the black to move the one next underneath it.
Oh, what a shot.
It almost looks like the one under the black does go without moving anything anyway. It's
Yeah.
close. It is close.
He's looking at it now.
Because if the top one goes, then he doesn't have to do anything. Just both yellows go to the same corner.
He's already used his extension. Not troubled by the shot clock at all. Don't forget these guys played for the shot clock yesterday, so they've got that out of the way.
I think you'll see now if it goes, he might play it. Probably leave it for now. Or, yeah. A little bit right.
Oh, that was a big miss.
Yeah, I think he was too worried about the black. Yeah, it looked like it was a little bit touch and go. Tried to pot it with a lot of right hand side, just pushed a little bit more than he probably thought, and missed it by a considerable amount.
Yeah, he was regretting that. He had time on his side, and he missed that corner pocket by 4 inches.
Just trying to force it a little bit, I think. Still, obviously, Woodsy is a bit tricky, a bit awkward. The starter is pretty manageable. It's just whether he wants to move the one on the top cushion earlier, land on it, or leave it for last.
shot. Nice shot. And he's using that. He's going to use that one next to the black to get onto the one on the bottom rail.
Yes. Just needs to land straight-ish to land on it. He's almost good now, but I don't think he wants to play the one on the cushion back out. I think he'd rather play for the black last.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, I think it looks like he's playing it now, playing off the side cushion with left to play in the same pocket.
Use
Doesn't want to land straight.
Action.
It's definitely the worst spot he could have put it.
Yeah, he's going to struggle to get back down the top end of the table from there.
Looking at from where it is, I don't see him doing anything apart from potting the red and then essentially taking his medicine and saying, I landed a little bit awkward, I can't force it in, I can't do anything.
There's no safety on. What is he looking at here?
There sort of is. I mean, he can draw the red out and screw back maybe 4 inches and leave Ben awkward. There's nothing really super.
Yeah, he's looking at that one down the right side.
But the way he plays this one, he runs this down, then plays the red into the middle. I think the one that's on the left-hand side of the table. But still, obviously, falling to the table right on the cushion too. It is tricky.
Just gone past the 30-minute mark, guys, but don't worry about it. We're not going to trouble the hour.
Yeah, just played it perfect. If this red goes to the top, it's quite a result. But no, it looks tight.
And he's got to get down this end of the table for the black.
Yeah, it looks like he plays it back blind into the right middle and screws off the rail.
It looks like he was looking at that angle there. He's definitely looking at that
doesn't
angle
want to overwork
now,
it.
yeah.
Just screw off the cushion, and it should be okay on this for the last red. Yeah. Just anywhere straight or three-quarter ball's fine. The black goes in the opposite bottom left corner.
I reckon Steve Wood's pots balls in his sleeve. What's his stats like? Has he missed any?
No. He played safe a couple of times because he landed awkward, but no, hasn't missed yet.
Got to keep the white on the right side of the table.
He's fine. Perfect. I mean, he could have picked it up and put it anywhere. I mean, within 3 inches of that, it's fine.
Do you know something we don't see at this level? The in off on the black.
No.
Which is, I mean, let's face it. On a pub league,
we're far from that, Steve.
I know. That's what I'm saying. On a pub
so
league,
far from that.
Yeah.
Don't think he could have went in off of it. I mean, he probably could have tried to go, but I mean, from there,
yeah, no chance.
It's definitely something you're not thinking of. You're thinking of being 5-2 or 5-3 up and just running away with racks. It's fine.
He's on the hill.
Yeah, but he has to run the next 4. But we will have, but who's breaking this one? I'm not too sure. Got Woods the outside.
Ran out of sponsors. I need more sponsors, guys. Get on board. I'll give you a shout out between frames. I'll get you more business. They'll say that Pommy bloke on the stream sent me, and you got to give me a discount. Send me the invoice. I won't pay it. But
I think this is all but done. It looks like. I think if this one that he's on the right hand side, it goes easy. The first thing he wants to do is move the one next to the yellow, and I think he's all but home. A little bit of work to do, obviously.
Well, Ben's got nothing to complain about, has he? In all fairness, the best players won. The cream's come to the top.
He's overworked it a little bit just to make it tricky.
Do you know what the prize money is tonight?
I'm not too sure. Yeah. I'm not getting paid, so I have no idea, no interest. The winner gets the most.
Steve picked up 7k last night. He's definitely in with a shout for the chocolates tonight. Come back.
Plays it in the centre. It's okay. It's manageable. I think if you just make sure of the red, then he plays the one in the opposite left-hand corner, and then he's got a ballpark to land on that one on the top left. Just make sure this one goes in, and it's one key position shot, and it's done.
Ooh, and Ben had 2 master breaks, don't forget.
Yeah, so it's been really, really good stuff. There was one tidy frame, but apart from that, there really hasn't been much done wrong by either player, and it's 5-2. I think if he plays this shot well,
Perfect.
Plays both reds in the same pocket. Just doesn't want to underhit it. Wants to be straight or high on this red because he doesn't want to be screwing into the yellow and then back out.
Frame winning shot this.
Yeah, he wants to be straight or high. It's going to be. Yeah, it's
not perfect.
Yeah, he can't avoid the yellow, but it's like he's got to screw through the yellow to get there. I don't think he can punch it. And these ones, they're tough. You can overwork it, underwork it, and land it awkward.
Look at that, mate.
Yeah. So that's fine.
Do you know when we was all talking and trying to pick a Pro Series winner, I don't think anybody mentioned Steve. Ben stands up, getting ready for the handshake.
All done.
Great game, thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks, Josh. Pleasure
All
to
done,
commentate with you, mate.
yeah. Not too much wrong there. He gave Ben a little look early.
Steve through to
but
the final.
Yeah, he's not really doing much wrong. Same as in the first match against Michael Scary. A couple of chances each way, but all in all, like, it's hard to lose when you're not given many chances.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.